And the hits keep coming for the Nationals. Adam Giles, the first Aboriginal leader of any state or territory, has quit the Nationals after he was asked to explain why he'd praised Pauline Hanson instead, as the only leader able to help save the country. He even told people to donate to her One Nation party. Well, Giles is now chief executive of Gina Rinehart's Hancock Agriculture and the S. Kidman and Co. cattle and clothing business, and he said only Hanson was leading on scrapping net zero and slashing immigration. Boy, that was all the Nationals needed. I mean, they're headed for the door at this rate. Joining me is Sky News host James Macpherson and communications consultant Chrissy McSweeney, who has worked for coalition prime ministers and premiers. James, when do you think this One Nation bubble will burst? I mean, you know, little comebacks have fizzled before, or is this time different?
No, I think this time is different, Andrew. I think the country is different. You've had a terror attack. You've had anti-Semitism in the streets for the last couple of years. You've got an economy that is struggling. You've got power policy that is really crippling the country. You've got immigration running rampant. I could go on, but my point is the conditions are perfect for a Conservative party. Sadly, what was the Conservatives are an absolute mess. So the opportunity for Pauline Hanson now exists as never before. So I think everybody is expecting, some people are even hoping this will fizzle out. I'm not so sure. I think the country is different. I also think Pauline Hanson is very different. 30 years of experience. She's not who she was. She's got some good people around her. And as you pointed out in your introduction, more and more are joining, not just to help her politically, but to help her financially. And the pushback from people like John Howard, Jacinta Allen, I think suggests that those who keep saying this is nothing but a flash in the pan are worried that this is anything but a flash in the pan.
I think Barnaby Joyce is right. John Howard's unusually acerbic comments sounded a little bit panic-stricken.
Yeah.
Chrissy, you've seen a fair bit in politics. What do you make of it?
Well, we have to just, picking up your point there about John Howard, we have to go back to the history of the LNP as it is now, and the Liberals and the National parties, led out of Queensland by the late Senator Ron Boswell in conjunction with John Howard to stop the initial tide of One Nation in the late 90s. And they ended up winning 11 seats, I think, in the Queensland Parliament. And Labor and the Liberals actually have to preference each other to keep One Nation from getting more seats. So there is a precedent in the history, but the rivers of deep dissent run very torridly through the heart of people like John Howard when it comes to One Nation based on that history. And you know, we did hear from Pauline Hanson today saying, look, she would be prepared to offer a partnership opportunity to the Liberals and the National parties or a coalition. It might be pretty gracious of her, given the history between One Nation and the Liberals. It might be an olive branch that people should take seriously. In terms of, is there a huge enough vote? I don't think they can win seats in the lower house. If they could, Barnaby Joyce would be sticking his hand up for New England and not the Senate. This is firmly about that 20% of vote of right Conservative parties. And it's about a Senate ticket and National Party. If you want to blow up the coalition agreement, well, you can blow up your coalition agreement on the Senate ticket as well and fight it for yourself.